going to do is get into the game. It's Vertigo between Vitality and Sprout, brought to you by Sponge and Machine.
Wake me up before you Vertigo go. I love this map, and it's a best of one. We get to see if Sprout can just shake off all of that nade damage and shake off that dust too. Vitality has started swiftly, as the guys at the desk have highlighted, and we're getting straight into an all-A maneuver. Ral's to receive.
Oh, and you're talking about nade damage here, 2 of which Vitality have on this T-side pistol here. Sandbag's an issue. We'll need to clear that one out. The jump, the nades, they're ready, and oh, dearie me, the nade damage of yesterday is going to be ringing in the ears. Slack, see you later, Alligator. We're going to be hitting that A bomb site with a man advantage.
Apex is just like, I think it was this one. Yeah, okay, right. 2 smokes for the site, very standard stuff, and we'll see how the CTs choose to contest this. Do they want to fight ahead of it? It looked like Ral's did, but it's Faven that's put some bullets successfully into the smoke. ZywOo up short. We've got ourselves a 3-on-3. The bomb now loose. And they are continuing to force the issue here. Look at this aggression from Faven. He could catch him. Timing's good. ZywOo could be better. Running out of bullets. He's babysat by Cressy, and it's falling in favor of Sprout. This is a wild one. Shocks his flank a little late to the party. Has left him in a 1v3, but they are bleeding. The healthiest member of the bunch is Cressy. He's just staring at the pixels of the floor, trying to keep that hitbox hidden. And let these 2 low HP players be the first lambs to the slaughter, the Shoxy slaughter, that is, 38 and counting. Will he do the hard clear? Whew, finds the head. Okay, Shox starting to cook up some trouble, USP for good measure, and the reposition now from Cressy, knowing he can try and find a safe haven. Oh, maybe not so safe. Shox knows where you are. It's Faven to save it. 4 in the round. And we will see Sprout take the CT pistol.
I felt like I had to hold my breath there for a second.
Yeah.
That one could have easily fallen apart. But the start was great from Vitality. The double nades, an easy kill. You don't even have to shoot a bloody bullet. But then you could see there was a gap in the smoke, right? I don't think they landed exactly how Vitality wanted there. The left side smoke looked good. The one on the right left a gap and a half. And I also think that the CTs throwing out there, one-way smoke is what kind of enticed them to fight a little bit more aggressively during all that. But great stuff from Sprout out the gates here. We will be getting back underway with the Vitality 4-Spy. Now the Apex 4-Spy Scout is out on Vertigo. Now this, much harder to wield, I would say, the Scout on a map like this on the 4-Spy.
My first Sprout cast. Faven. Just making sure. Like a favor. Doing a favor for Faven.
He's, I would say, the one to really keep an eye on in this team. The one who I think a lot of people, if Big were in need of a player, one of the Germans that could.
We certainly did on the pistol. We'll see if they can follow it up with a conversion. Just having a little glance and confirmation that there is certainly some bodies down there. And just a couple of stray bullets connecting just through the tarpaulin. Shouldn't be too many issues for the CTs here as they crawl up all of Vitality. Oh, Slacks, what are you doing? Wasn't expecting the walk-up so soon, and it's cost him his life and his SMG. Falls into the hands of none other than Misuta.
They have 2 smokes here, one on Kyoj and one on Masuta. They can do the deep side smokes and get on in here. There shouldn't be too many dramas, and there's 3 players on top pushing forward for Sprout now.
I love this. Oh, and it's going to be Spitty this time contributing. Back and forth we go. Kyojin's dig is good for some. It's Faven that saves the day with the M4. He's made it a 1v1. Finding 2 heads and the 2 most influential. ZywOo and Kyojin fall to his M4. And so what looked like it was spiraling now becomes just a duel between Shox and Cressy.
Oh, okay, so the fact that Cressy's not playing for any info here, Shox should get into this B-bomb site for free. He hasn't made a single sound cue, and if you're Cressy now, and there's 15 seconds left on the clock, you may as well stay committed in case that plant does come down on A. But this smoke, that's going to bloom, that's going to give it away, and he needs to get a move on here with the rotation. Hasn't picked up a kit, just going for the fight, and we'll get the one-on-one.
Here's you, and Shox, good damage already, chips away. 46 for Cressy to play. Oh, and Shox keeps bringing the fight. He does not relent. And that's Vitality straight on the board in our second round.
Nice bounce back there. The Deagles actually were a perfect weapon for the job as that aggression was coming in top crane. And we know, and if you caught the start of this pre-show, they were talking about the Deagle. You had Apex and Masuda saying, yeah, in certain situations, you can notice that it just isn't doing quite enough damage here, but you get the headshot like Kyojin. That one's not going to matter. Softened up enough, makes things easy for Shox here as he's just able to maneuver, and Apex getting fired on up. He's loving life.
We saw him having a kickabout this morning.
Oh, that's right.
They've been staying fit with their support. Apex already won, and the SMGs get themselves some extra cash. Spiddy, I think Apex caught a whiff of you. He's gone for the cheekiest of maneuvers. A CT slipping past them all in the smoke. They must know he was around here somewhere, but look how he might find the bomb if he's not careful. Shox could get shot in the side of the head. And he will.
Oh, Spiddy, no.
Oh, dear.
Spiddy, no. The CZ has betrayed you.
It has. It's a full stab in the back from the CZ.
Okay, well, crisis averted right here. This should just be the mop-up now for the French. 2 to find, Cressy and Faven. Got the HP on their side, but, oh, okay, never mind. Kyojin's going to deal with that. And look, I'm really excited to see what starts happening with Kyojin getting bedded into this team here, obviously, as the newest of the rookies. Yeah,
well, if he follows a similar, improvement arc to that of Masuta, we've got a lot to look forward to.
I really enjoyed that chat that I got to have with Apex and Masuta just the other day. I was talking to them about, especially when there was, I said to Masuta, mentioned that there was a game late last year. It was a Dust 2 match. I think it was against Astralis. I don't remember the specifics, but it felt like a turning point moment for Masuta. And Apex was saying, yeah, I think it came a little bit after that, but he knew what I was talking about, right? Where you could really see just that confidence starting to come in. And you want the same thing from Kyojin, because both are described as shy members of the team, right? Obviously, they're with some legends, Shox, Apex, obviously Zywoo. So the more initiative that they start to take, I guess the more we're going to get to see from these kids and what they really have to offer within the server.
Yeah, you use the word confidence, you use the word initiative. I think I'd throw conviction in there as well. Just having, there's not that second guess of your first choice. And I think a lot of the pros at the highest level really do not at any point second guess themselves. Zywoo, for example, has just got a read on this game that is a whole pleasure to watch. We are going to be seeing Faven just save hold of his armor and his Desert Eagle.
Yeah, he's going to be wanting to use that in the next round. It has to be the eco for Sprout, right? They've lost the Force by Wars. Vitality get out on top of that one nice and quick, and it looks like they're going to be keeping everybody alive as well. Now, while we do have this eco coming on up, now Rouse is a member of this team, and you can see the Danish flag, and you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, well, what language are they speaking? I walked past them the other day at, it was either breakfast or lunch, I think it was one of the two, and they were speaking English. And I went, oh, boys, what's going on? You're not speaking German? Like, well, when he's around, we're speaking English. So that tells me that the communication here within the server for the for the Germans would be in the English. But another one, Rouse, for those of you who aren't too familiar with this individual, he played all the way back in DreamHack Winter 2013, the very first major. And he was on end faculty with some names you might know here. Alex, you ready for this?
Go on.
Carrigan.
Yeah.
Agent B.
Yeah.
Glaive.
Oof.
And Pimp.
Oof.
Yeah.
All-star cast.
Right? So,
and Rouse, of course.
Yeah, and in one of the series they played here against Very Games, they did lose at 16-9. But he was the highest fragger in the server, 28 kills. And on the other side of the server was Shox. So
that was in 2013.
Yeah, we're now in 2021, right?
Yeah, just 8 years ago, standard stuff.
Isn't that crazy? All right, well, it is just these USPs. Rouse, the man of the moment.
Yeah, good luck.
See, he's still alive for now. We're done with that one. So 3-1. I think this is Vitality. They've, at least in my mind, gotten back into the level of contender status, at least the conversation to be had, right? That this is a threatening unit. And it'd be interesting to see, because coming into this, qualifying for the major, they're not going to let anybody get anywhere near them. So if they're able to keep it to single-digit victories, right, make sure Sprout don't get anything done on the server. That's what they're going to be aiming for here. Get it done quick, get the schedule back on track. Let's see, what does Sprout have to say about things? The guns are out here. AWP 4 slacks. Is he dropping on in?
Oh, that is so aggressive, but it's paid off for them. 2 fall on this Vitality aggress. Shox can clean up the mess, though. I don't know if they suspect him, and they do. Cressy falls, and immediately that 2-man disadvantage has been leveled out nicely. The French do not relent, and now the bomb scooped up as well. They can go anywhere they want with this. And the current CT setup, actually Spiddy's advancing. I think he wants to maintain the B-stairs control. Shox lingers for any info plays.
With the MP9 that he picked up on the second round.
Yeah. He had an AK. I think he just threw it somewhere else.
Well, they are gambling over towards this B site right now, Sprout, and it could be the right call here. This is a great molly. Spiddy is going to have to respect this. Dropped on back, maybe even, heard on the lick of the flame there. Just 1 point of damage done. Rouse here, watching the construction position. The timing, though, is just peered away. Starting to get dicey now for Sprout.
Yeah, it gets interesting where they go from here. Into the CT spawn, plenty of time. And a 2-man B set up to be broken. Rouse is going to be really miffed if Kyojin has a little look on the right side. He hasn't. Now adjust nicely. That should be the trade. Apex provides. Will they expect Spiddy? They'll find him now. Apex was faffing around with his nades and now, struggling to choose a target. He will fall, leaves all onto Slacks, the AWPer.
Is he safe?
That's the question. That molly bought so much time. That's a lot. It feels like a long 6 seconds when you're staring at it, doesn't it?
Well, there's a kit here at least to pick things up and try and make this possible, but this is not going to be easy for Slacks whatsoever. Both have repositioned, both have gotten out of dodge, and now his position is noted.
Oh, well, it's not a perfect plan. It's behind the box. They're going to get a bit sketched out here. A chance to fire off a shot. He's perhaps even prefer the AWP. Now running out of time. Would need to find them both. Shox is in a perfect little off angle and he needs to retreat if he can. Bait them in. First found, and not far off. Whistles past the ear of Apex. He will live on, and so will Vitality, stringing together what is now 4 in a row.
Fantastic start for Sprout in that one, right? You can see the off-the-top rope, just the skydiving attempt here into the B lobby. You get the opening kills, but then from there in the 3v3 mid-round, the fact that Vitality went around the long way, you don't see that often, right? You're expecting players to jump over the top. Rouse still did good to get one, but a nice one there, and as soon as they get Spitty on the side, it's the 2v1 situation, you really don't think there's any hope, right? At that point, you're thinking, this one is not going to be an easy retake for anybody. And back to the pistols, so familiar territory for Sprout here within the early stages, but nice little boost on the other side, and, well, Vitality are coming with 3. Apex leading the charge, 7 kills for him already. How many more can he make it? There's 4 here in middle to deal with. The boost, it works. Spitty, Slacks, knows the positions. More damage done, and now this one could be falling apart. 3 kills.
What? And there's nearly another. Cressy's done so much damage to Shox. He does at least tame the spray and keeps this round in play. Shox and ZywOo having to go 2v5. Good luck, have fun. The pistols have not only managed to find the frags, but find those AKs as well. They were close quarters duels, easy to retrieve. They've even got some Kevlar for good measure onto 2 of them. This could be a real swing opportunity for Sprout. ZywOo does still stand, and they've returned to mid, where all of those bodies did lay. In the meantime, CT aggressions, clearing out B, process of elimination for Sprout.
Oh, there's going to be timing here. They're gambling towards A. They think if they go mid to B, the B side's open.
It is wide open, but it would be... Once they clear Ram...
It's called clear.
This is what I'm saying now.
So it's the only position, right?
They'll have to either assume they're up A ahead of the curve, or around the wall.
Car crash.
Yeah, potentially. Faven's only got the deagle, but ZywOo's down, and Shox does not have the health. Lovely recovery. And they'll take it on the eco, vying for control. Sprout put a second on the board.
Yeah, that little stack was nice, right? They obviously had the 2 elevated positions over towards the mid box and then the sandbags as well. So nice little tower of death. And just able to convert, not letting them get away. With your Vitality, you're caught in a position where Apex calls multiple members. Do we stand and fight or do we fall? Well, caught with their tail between the legs, unable to get away. And Sprout, they bite back. Both teams now with the guns. No AWP for Vitality here, but Slacks will get his big green once more and over towards B early. Flashed off the line and pressure is coming. They now know there's an AWP. They might want to overwhelm this position with a quick execute.
Lovely bit of damage, and that AWP's long gone. Slacks has already found himself clear in mid. Cressy set up to defend B, and he's got a whole team coming his way. Could be boosts involved here.
Oh, they might want to nade this position, but they only have mollies to deal with this close angle here from Cressy on the white box. A flash is going to set up a peek.
Distracted. That's the first from Cressy, and he does control the spray. It could be 3, it is! And there's more to come. Vitality silence him. ZywOo needs more and finds more. Faven gone, missed shot from Slacks. Suddenly a 2v4 shaping up nicely. It'll make it a 1v3. ZywOo alone.
Needs the ace.
Requirements high. Bomb down on the B site to be retrieved. And they are giving him some respect here. You can see, falling off, not chasing this by any stretch. Probably just screaming in the comms, it's ZywOo, ZywOo!
Remember, we've already seen what happens when you play these situations too passively.
Yeah, exactly. It's making me a bit uncomfortable. Just look how much room he's got. He's like, I'll fake, I'll just faff around with my nades. He will go for the plant on the second. And a bit of chip damage already from that HE. But that's helping him build a mental picture as to where they're coming from. 2 advancing already, contemplating his options and peeking through. Bit of space to maneuver, and there's a duel. Spitty's gone. Health running low for ZywOo, but he's found another, and only 1 bullet in the AK. Time to reload. He's up against the AWP. The hard part, perhaps done. Swings out, and it's ZywOo delivers when it matters most. It felt like a certainty as soon as I saw his name in that clutch.
Oh, so much breathing room right there for Zywa. The smile on the face, so that one says it all. Absolutely beautiful stuff here from one of the world's best. And this is how it started. Cressy set up for success. 3 kills of his own. Zywa.
Ace clutch.
Oh, you're right, though. There's certain players, right? And there's 2 of them at the top of that list who, when you see them in scenarios like that, you're thinking, yeah, they're more often than not going to win this one.
Yeah, and I know, obviously, hindsight, and I'm sitting here in a lovely, warm studio, not having to play the video game myself, but, you know, you can't help but feel, if we're all just holding W at him, the man's not going to... You just, I don't know. He had so much time to play that one out, and he played it to perfection. Just such a great read.
Oh, and a pause called here. You win an eco, then you lose that. That's a slap in the face right there for Sprout, so they're going to be really hurting. And look, the timeout you can understand, first of all, just to take a breath, just to say, hey boys, come on, this is a best of 1. We can't be dropping rounds like this. And second of all, just to discuss the finance situation, 3 players have enough to buy it. Faven, he's close enough, and Slack's, well, he's in the doldrums here. So if you are Sprout, you can justify the purchase. It's, yeah, I think this is probably more just damage control right now, just to make sure that it doesn't get away from them too quick.
Yeah, because it can be very easy to be still lingering on that clutch as 2 rounds deep. Don't want to be having any of that. So they do take the timeout and extended pause and to opt to go in. This is the benefit of the cheaper M4. You can see like a pretty solid buy, all things considered. It is light on util.
Oh, Rouse is a great little pickup in Neath. Thank you very much. Slacks gets that AWP and he goes into the MP9. So, yeah, you're right. It is a serviceable buy. They even have a kit in play on Spitty. Enough utility to try and defend this ramp, and aggression towards B again. Shox is happy to wait this one out.
They start with a whole lot of lead pumped through that ramp smoke. Sprout deploy it and set up. Slacks actually opting for a sandbag position for his AWP, and you can see that Shox's util has got Cressy on high alert. Now down goes Slacks. That AWP doesn't find anything. I'm not quite sure. Masuta's just found his head immediately upon that first peek. And so, Cressy would need this one, need it cleanly as well. Shox, he's being very vigilant, but nothing seems to favor Cressy. Shox has got him. And now Sprout only operating with 3. The B side's wide open for business, and stick a fork in this one. It is done.
Yeah, great stuff here. An opening kill on either bomb side. This makes it completely, well, out of the realms of possibility for Sprout, because you're strung between 2 places. You lose a player at A, so you're going to have to send a rotator over there. Then you lose your B anchor, who's meant to be anchoring, and at that point it's like, well, we've lost everything. So the save has to come on in. Rounds will find himself an AK to pick up. That's better than that MP9.
Oh, did the AWP get knocked off, do you think?
Oh.
Because if I don't forget, Slacks died sandbags.
Yeah.
It must have maybe got naded off, or... Yeah, can our Rob's team go flying off the edge of the skyscraper to confirm our suspicions, but...
This position here, by the way, where we're boosted up in forklift room now without the forklift, it's one that you get boosted. You think it's such a power position, but realistically, when you see players coming on in, this is one of the only spots other than that slither gap, just the left-hand side of the box where Rounds is here, where they have to clear. So the fact that he's... There you go. That is 51 stories down. So, you know, guys, and this is when you hit the ball over the fence, I don't think anyone's going to go get that one.
Yeah, that's unretrievable.
That's what you go, sure. Mom, can you go next door and get the ball? You don't want to go talk to the neighbor.
No, yeah, we had one friend who was very, you know, good at it, as in just charming his way into getting people's garden.
Oh, I see. Okay. Did he go and ask?
This is how we lost Slacks.
Ah.
Yeah, just a bit of an overextension. He was looking to find the shot, clearly missed, and Cressy falling again on these B aggressions. It's frustrating, I can imagine, especially considering you're taking that aggressive stance and trying to catch him off guard. Shock's far from that. And so some sacrifices, building their own pistol.
You want the positives right now?
Yeah, sure.
3,400 in the next round. So they will be able to buy regardless of the outcome of this one here. And
look at that CT smoke.
cheeky one-way.
Yeah. See how far it gets them. Spitty trying to set them up. That's a perfect pop, but Spitty still strikes. Masuta returns the favor. It's on to Rals. He has to be responsible for short as well, though. Slacks has been called upon. A nerdy Molotov from Zywu. Oh. Slacks, he hears him. Hasn't got vision. Smoke will fade shortly. Who's going to hit that shot first? Masuta's so capable of swinging out to punish as well. And that's Masuta's job. Rouse was ready. Okay. Silence broken, an advantage Sprout. This could get interesting still. Shock's looking to join the pack, so it will be a full 3-man Vitality unit now. Working their magic towards A.
I like this re-aggression over towards the short position here, but now they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Rouse will need to do a lot here.
Shocks, ooh, nearly caught out. Rouse again steps up, and instead the A defense is open. Now the bomb to be planted. Faven unable to really contest. Oh, another whiff nade. That's a nasty one to let go. Wouldn't have necessarily stopped the plant, but could have very well hastened ZywOo's retreat. And now Cressy's got a real tough one. It's about the timing he opts to go. They have averted their gaze again with the CZ. Can't find Shoxy, and now all onto Faven. He'd love a kit. He'd love a smoke. There's one right at the edge.
Oh, no.
And they're going to double peek him. Yeah, that's the end of that. His plans are cancelled. Vitality sail into a 7th.
And another situation where they have the man disadvantage. And that's going to really start to add up as a problem here, because with the scoreline 7-2 in the Frenchman's favour, they've already done enough on this T side. Now we're just going to be adding insult to injury here. The bomb will go off. Faven, like I mentioned, will be getting a big chunky loss bonus, so no dramas even if he went down there. But this is going to be the full buy scenario for Sprout. If we're going to see any fight out of them, anything convincing, it needs to be similar as the round that they lost to the ZywOo Ace, but maybe just don't give up the 1-on-3.
Yeah, and just anyone that's not perhaps filled in or checked out the HLTV article, which I imagine took a lot of time to get it all ironed out, so big respect to them. But Sprout are in the same camp as OG and Complexity in regards to qualification for the major. They need to place top 9, and it's a pretty stacked group. We'll see how this one shapes up for them. Group C is housing the likes of OG, as well as Vitality. And it's Slack's going for an Aggie maneuver here, going for a mid-clear. You can't afford to miss your first shot when you're holding angles like this. It has to be picture perfect. Potential to be flashed here as well. Is it dry? It is from Kyojin. Slacks bolts, prepares for another, and it's going to be Apex, who has no issues leveling that one out quick.
And it's the same problem as before. They lose 2 kills on opposite ends of the map here, and at that point they're chasing their tail, so more utility. Rouse is committed forward now, can't run back through the flames, and luckily enough for him, nobody is there to fight. This space, this info, well, it only gives them so much. He needs a kill, and he needs it now. Pushing on in, Masuda waiting. It's going to come down to the timing here, and Rouse around the corner will hit the shot. There's a chance now. The bomb is just around the corner here. And there's 50 seconds for Vitality to work this puzzle out.
Cressy loves a bit of aggression, doesn't he? Walking towards that smoke. Shox is going to suspect he's by default. He could be close right. So he lingers and advances just a little further. Now cancels that. 35 on the clock as Vitality look to join him on his project here in B. The next frag is going to be very telling. Very telling indeed, and it's Apex that falls, trying to flank on towards the elevator. That could be bad info. Bomb to B. Cressy and Faven having no issues, it seems. Bomb loose. Looking good for their third. Only Shox stands away. I haven't got that same feeling I had when ZywOo was planting the bomb.
Oh, you should.
Time-sensitive mission, and 2 heads. He's got enough time. He'd have to punch in the digits right now. And now a 1v1 shapes up. Not another clutch, not another heartbreak for Sprout. Shox steps up to the plate and delivers 2 swift headshots, and the third looms. Rowls to come up clutch. Doesn't have the smoke. Kits are attainable. Not another one. Oh, he's found him. Shox brings the clutch home, and Vitality make it 8. Oh, my heart bleeds for them, man.
It hurts. Oh, it hurts.
They're both looking the wrong way.
Oh, dearie me. You've done so much. You get yourself in the power position in multiple occasions. We've only had 10 rounds played. And there's already so much heartbreak for this one. Rouse, he gets one back. He makes it interesting. They get forced.
This was it, yeah. So catching Apex, bang, just blind through the smoke. But there's 10 seconds on the clock. He really had to find them both then. That's the only way you win that.
Oh, that's another oh dear moment right there. And yeah, Shox, he's just cool, calm, and collected. All right, boys. Yep, I won that one. No drama.
It's just another day in the office.
Yeah. Why not? Okay, well, the double AWPs. We've hit the big red button here, and for good reason.
Oh, yeah. Got to peek wide on this. Decent flash. Keeps him caged for a second longer. Wide, very wide from Slacks.
He's brave.
He is very brave, but I mean, he's right. He's wise to be checking this. Masuda is his first victim and nothing else to report on A. He's screaming at Rouse, get out of here. I've got A on lock. I'm more concerned about what Faven and Cressy are about to be dealing with, because here comes the brigade once again of Vitality. Glass cannon for Faven. Oh, no. And loses his head instantaneously. Maybe Cressy could do something. It's only the FAMAS. Too easy for Apex. And we will see that plan. You see the juggling bomb. Spitty has closed the gap nicely. He'd need Quick headshot, and it's Kyojin that's provided it instead, so...
Junge.
Ja, das ist nicht so gut. Das ist schlecht für der Deutsch. Oh, they might lose everything here, bro. Yeah, here we go. Shox' hunt has at least confirmed where both of them are.
Send out the wolf pack right now. Let him off the leash. You may as well.
May as well.
Why not? Everything's going your way right now. Vitality, it's an absolute shellacking that you're lobbing down here. Money is a little bit fragile, like all things considered, because of these clutch scenarios.
Look at them though. They're still pushing the issue very hard. If Kyojin does draw attention, perfect flash.
Oh, no.
Grouped up! They lose it all. Absolutely nothing. Peanuts left in the bank account for Sprout. Oish. And this is time for a timeout. Maybe just I don't know, one of those famous massages from the coach.
NKJ is just probably at this point, what can you say as the coach? What can you say? Like, because the thing is, in this situation, in the rounds that they should have won, that they should have converted, they did a lot right.
They did.
It's just the closing, it's the final kill, it's getting it done, it's getting it dusted, and this could be a completely different looking half. Think about how the economy would flow with those scenarios right there, but it's just the other way. They're just getting beaten down.
Brutal.
I would be distraught right now because, like, realistically, they should be in this.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
they should be in this.
Don't forget, we witnessed them, even when losing a frag on either side of the map, recover to the point of that Shox 1v3. Admittedly, perhaps just a bit too much space given to ZywOo in his clutch, but an ace clutch from ZywOo, I guess it's, it's almost a guarantee at some point when he's in attendance.
Oh, it's the pistols again. Can they catch a break here? Maybe they can win with the pistols. Shox just going to smoke them off here. Drop the molly on through. That one is going to keep them very humble as ZywOo thrusts forward, gets the opening kill, and the A bomb site looking very tasty right now.
This is a casual 16.
Nope, Shox is hearing all of this, right? Obviously, due to the double-decker nature of this map, a lot of the footsteps are able to hurt if you're going back and forth quite quickly, quite noisily. They have rotated into the right place, and they are here at the right time, but oh, that shot would have been a lovely one to hit. Not the easiest. Here comes the onslaught. Nades, mollies, smokes, flashes. Get on out of here. We want to get this bomb down. It doesn't feel likely to see Sprout winning this round, guys. I'll give you the hot tip. So let's call this 110, shall we? Because they're going to back on out. At this point, maybe even just try and isolate a fight elsewhere. See if you can find Shox the straggler. See if you can get yourself an AK, even just a consolation frag. Don't give them extra kills. Look, there's still a couple of rounds to be played here. I can start making the conversation about 30 buckaroos.
Why don't we start the conversation of why water tastes better when you drink it out of the nipple?
I said 30 buckaroos, look, 300 buckaroos, but you're right. I don't know.
Like, I don't know what's going on here. This
feel a bit more sporty?
This is just hydrogen and oxygen and the molecules and the same thing that comes out of the tap, but damn, doesn't it taste better when it comes out of the, like, Powerade Pop Top.
The Powerade Pop Top. Yeah, look, I don't know. I do feel more sporty, though. I feel like, it's a genuine water bottle. Now, everybody goes down, other than Cressy, holds onto that AK-47, and I don't... We've seen some comebacks today. If you guys were tuning into the CIS RMR, there was a couple, especially that last game there between the Childish Gambinos and their rivals, Fours. Couldn't get across the line with the 12-3 first half. They were sitting pretty on 15 for quite some time there. That was an absolute heartbreaker to watch for Fours. I just don't see the comeback as likely here for Sprout today. But the guns are out. And away we go. ZywOo, one-way smoke jumps on up. Scaff is his, and he can even peer over the top of this to make sure they're not poking their heads out of Crane. Just jostling for position right here. And it hasn't even felt like we've need to see Vitality do any crazy executes, right? They've been able to find opening kills and then just play that number advantage. The one-way on the ramp sandbag will dissipate eventually. Slax has to hit this one.
So much you can hear and yet no contact. Like, they're happy to play and take this territory procedurally. Sandbags, front ramp, the fights will come eventually, and here's another one. Slax, you've got to profit from that flash, and he will. Spiddy's flash converted and then some. Slax makes it 2. Needs to maintain control of short. The bomb is still present ramp. Shox is working some magic mid, though, and it's Faven's responsibility to try and cage that. Cressy's aware, and gets it as well. Looking good for the third. They've just cut noise on A. Making no secret now with the pop flash. Slacks good positioning. He avoids the pop. And set for success. And all it took was a 3K out of Europa.
Might even get 4 here. Apex is low. Heard, spotted, dead.
Beautiful bait.
Get rid of that AWP if you can, Apex. That would be name of the game right now. Off the map. Not a bad throw.
I don't know if he got it off, did he?
Wait, did he? Oh, he did.
That was a really strong throw.
Yeah, well, the jump, you know, it's the technique. The inertia, the momentum, all that good stuff right there. And to be honest here, I know there's only 2 more rounds of play. If Sprout do win this one, Vitality are going to be bottomed out of their economy for most of their players here. It did feel like they're getting that ramp control too easily, though, right? This is just a simple setup of, let's just wait out that early util, shall we? You know, once those cheeky smokes dissipate, we'll walk on in. Yeah. But Slacks did a great job. Especially
that third. Did love the bait from Apex and avoids them keeping hold of that AWP. Doesn't stop Slacks from being equipped with one, though. That beautiful 2900 M4 has facilitated Slacks onto another Zoom banger. Coming in hot. Apex takes 2 immediately. Sandbags is still a threat. Slacks does punish, makes it 2, and suddenly returns the favor. A 2-man disadvantage leveled out, courtesy of the German AWPer. And he can just free roam anywhere he desires. Again, this head-to-head takes shape. Cressy versus Shox, and I'll give you the hot tip. It has been Shox head and shoulders above him in that head-to-head. And again, this time he gets across, has been spotted. Unenviable position. The molly will surely stop it. It's a little too deep. Yeah, Kyojin will get away from that. ZywOo catches the info play from Cressy. Hard retake as well. Oh, spots the head of Kyojin. And if they find him quickly, there's some options here. Gets the info on Shox as well. They're both tagged up. Sprout need a 4th. They've opted to smoke the bomb. It's a good call. And ZywOo caught over the edge of the smoke. The pistol could have been good, but Faven indecisive. Just enough time for the defuse. And that's the 4th. Locked in for Sprout. Compulsory if they want to be competitive here.
All right, well, that bomb going down is really going to help Vitality going into the final round of play here. But I think Apex is going to be frustrated. They're unable to convert off his 2 openings here. Look how quick he's up. 1:39 on the clock there as he starts unloading his mag. And they grab another one in the mix of things here. And it's the 2 clutch criminals of Shox and ZywOo left alive in the 2-on-2 situation. But that low HP making things a bit dicey, a bit difficult. And Slacks continues to step on up here. So Smile's starting to creep on the faces now with the Sprout players 5 on the nose. Considering how this first half has trended would be fantastic. And they'll be running with the momentum. That would be 3 on the trot out the door. When you look at it before that, pissed around, lose the force, you know, lose a couple of heartbreaking clutches realistically. So anything they can salvage right here is going to be great. Buy looking good for Sprout. Silence Den 4's back out in full force. Slacks' AWP carried across, and Rao's unfortunately down to a FAMAS, but still a decent buy, all things considered. Over there for Vitality, it's Galil's in lieu of the AK-47s for Kyojin and ZywOo. Util's not bad, and I'm sure they would love to get one on the board here before the end of the half.
Oh, this looks promising. Slacks doesn't quite manage to destabilize the boost, but Spiddy does. Puts one into the head of Masuta as well. His helmet's protected him. Oh, not for long, though. Some shrapnel to finish the job. Rao's nade, good angle. Rao's puts Kyojin on 1. A 2v4. Not even that. Shox has just got a sidekick in the form of the 1 HP. Kyojin's just going to have to be utility. He's got a full belt and can perhaps set Shox up for success, and success has come his way. Takes the AWPer out. Opts to take the AWP, interestingly enough. I wonder how he thinks that's going to aid him. Now, Kyojin can surely park the burst. He's really quite mobile for someone so vulnerable. Chill your beans, could catch Spiddy if he gets threatened by Shox. Cressy is working slowly on the flank, and to confirm that they haven't rotated through B. It's an interesting decision he's gone for as opposed to pushing the stairs. Silent down the ladder. He could be flanking them here on ramp as well. He's got their rotate locked down. Bogdan's Law stands tall. So that smoke is a big part of this play. Shox wants a frag before they drop it. Gets it down uncontested. No info given. A flash is good. He's so blind, but they haven't struck. Spiddy does not connect. He has, and he's found him only. Kyojin now. Now it's planted, sure. But with 1 HP and only the AWP, he'd have to do something quite spectacular. Spiddy's there to wrap it all up, put a bow on it, and maybe, just maybe, make a competitive half out of this. That is a 10-5 recovery. It looked like Vitality firmly in control. Shox and ZywOo, some stunning clutches, ace clutches from ZywOo. And we're going to take a quick commercial break to find out how Vitality's defense compares as Sprout take to the attack.
We had a roster change with Rals replacing Dennis, and we improved a lot. And we had good times with Dennis as well, but we hope with this LAN we're gonna show up again, like in Flashpoint. We were playing so good there from time to time. Had some bad matches there as well, but I hope to get on this level again and keep playing on this level and continue winning and qualify for the major. That's the important thing.
Ten rounds, looking all good in the Vitality hood. We're on Vertigo and we're in Group C for the European RMR, battling for a spot at the first major in 2 years. It's been quite the absence. Star Ladder Berlin Major 2019 feels like oh so long ago. And I'm here with Chad Sponge Burchell, having a chuckle. Did you manage to catch the Harry video in full?
No. When this one ends, I'm definitely going to go and watch that. I want to see his little spectacular moment in the sun right there.
Yeah.
But this is going to be quite the argy-bargy over towards B. 3 players at the top of the stairs early, and they've already started to back on off. So Shox with 17 kills to his name. Could be in some more action here any moment. Looks like they are coming back towards his bomb site. This is about to get a bit ugly on that B site.
Shox really has held quite an impressive level of consistency, hasn't he? Spiddy smoking out that mid side. Shox will call the cancel on B stairs. He's lost that part of the map and calling for aid. There's 4 charging towards the door and he's gone. Raul straight in, an important Glock find. You can see that smoke from Spiddy's perfect and straight through. Look at the position. He's in such a prime position to collect. Oh, this is a set piece and it works wonderfully. Up against Vitality, they've got no way in, nothing. Keep it clean, boys, keep it clean. Kyojin's last man, it looked like they were. They might. And they'll finish it off. Only the 1 casualty, but yeah, that's exactly how it's supposed to go.
Oh, that was great from Rouse there. Just taking that space immediately. That smoke was great. It was very, very suffocating, especially if you can get under it, right? Because you'll be able to peer over it as they're coming over the construction position. So really like that one there, and you can understand why Vitality are desperate. They're down a man. They want to get in here before post-plant positions like this are established, and they're just running through a gauntlet.
But it explains why Rouse was just so heavily holding that W. He had intentions to be there by the time they're pushing through, and it pays off. That's lovely. And now Galil's and AKs. Let's see if they can hold on to this momentum. All it takes is a couple of scout tags and some pushes with a 5-7. No, leave them alone, Zywoo. 1.5 from him and his aggression. Leaves us in an even keel. Keeping this Sprout hype train full of coal. Oh no, Misuta's caught one.
They're so low.
And Shox is taking heads. It is. It's already done. Oh, how brutal. I couldn't even finish my sentence about them holding on. Maybe I should have, because now caught on the reload of 1v2 takes shape. Cressy, he had a bit of a nightmare on B. Now it's his turn. Hand out a headshot, not the pair though. Kyojin is the one to keep it level and just straight shatters the souls again of Sprout.
When you're going to read back on this one, this best of one, Sprout won both pistols. They won both pistols.
I mean, that's the call, right? I don't think it's got much more like nuance to it than fight ramp.
Well, the best of one deniers out there win both pistols in the clutch rounds and you win the game. How about lose both pistols, win the 4 spies, and win a couple of 1v3s?
Yeah.
And then you win the game. Things are looking great for Vitality now. The AK through, the rifles in, the 4 spy back from Sprout. And, well, I just want to give a big shout out to OG and Ents, because their game's still going, Alex. They started on the nose at the start time. They weren't behind the schedule like we were. The current scoreline over there is 24-22.
I reckon they want to go to the major, Chad.
No. They just wanted to make sure that, you know, we weren't left alone. And here it is right here, right now. This is an absolute barn burner of a game.
Like it could be getting close in favor of OG. You can catch that over on the B stream. I think we are squad streaming, so if you've got a big enough monitor, you can have them all on your screen at once.
Or a big TV like we've got right in front of us here.
Yeah, it's lovely. I really, truly feel immersed. And we've actually seen an opening from Spiddy. And now, that AK-47 juggled over to Faven with his high health. They do probably want to put that on someone with some Kev. Yeah, Rouse looks like the candidate. Okay.
Oh, you just reminded me of Kiev.
That's a transformation.
We've just gone in a time machine.
Where did
you said Kev? I went Germany, Orpa.
Kiev, who is now like a bodybuilder, by the way, if you haven't seen him. But that's what happens when you have an obsessive personality and you hyper-focus on one thing and then hyper-focus on something else.
Here we go. We need something from Apex here.
Oh, I love the angle. It's rarely pays off, and I'm sure Apex won't be too hard done by falling out of that. They are swinging. Zywoo's going to get caught out here if he doesn't have the bullets in the right direction. 3v2. Advantage Sprout and Bomb going down. Kyojin rotating in with Shox. Util very light for both, and not a kit in sight either. So unless they find something early, Chad, I suspect Sprout might be returning in this 4-spy war.
Oh, there's one right there just in front of their nose here. If they can scoop that one up, they will still need to find a kill into the site, and Shox is silent here.
Crossfire's good though. Shox would have to have found that first quickly. Cressy good to trade, and it's both from him. Solid delivery, quad kill from Cressy. And so now the momentum shifts, and they've humbled Vitality.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is the 4-spy wars right now, so we might even see Vitality bounce back again. It's really up to them for how long they want to continue this. They don't have a huge amount of money to work with here, but they've already been able to pull off one round like this, so why not give it another crack? Good stuff this time round, converting around they should here, Sprout, and now they're actually in the conversation for tightening this match up. It was looking very, very bleak, but a solid showing towards the tail end of that first half. 4-spy conversion plus another pistol, and okay, we're getting back into it. You're starting to see that Shox frustration. Sorry, not Shox, the Apex frustration coming on through. Where's his heart on his sleeve? Does old Apex? But it is the 4-spy back, an MP9, couple of 5.7s, a Deagle. Shox yet to buy here. Wait and see what his weapon of choice will be, but the 5 AK-47s are out on the other side of things, and if Sprout can convert this one, Alex, we're really back in it. The conversation completely shifts if they win this round, because it will be the eco from Vitality. It means the scoreline should be getting up to an 11-9, unless something goes horribly wrong, just like this.
Yeah, he's cool, he's cool. Everything's fine. If anything, he's got more information with that. And this boost, safely information gathered by Zywoo, and that nade's got their name on it. Peek out as well. They could lose them both. They can't afford to. Not like this.
Oh, if with just those nades alone, they head back towards B, that's currently where there's a bit of a stack going on right now from Vitality. We saw the players there early, but they haven't moved a muscle. If that forces them into this B lobby stack, it's going to be all over.
Yeah, someone call Red Rover.
Okay, well, it hasn't worked as intended here. Back over towards A they go, and ZywOo needs to be very careful. Once he spots them on the jump, he will drop a defensive smoke. Looks like he's going to hold on to it, maybe use as a one-way. Help deter this attack from Sprout onto the side. They have plenty of util, and now they have some space.
Good timing on the one-way, just as they mantle up the crane. Now you'll probably just have to respect that.
They're pushing.
They are so brave. Spiddy's flirting with it. Kyojin the flank and Masuta as well. They strike the 5-7s, the Deagles. They fall a little flat, but the aggression does not stop. ZywOo does put his name in the feed, and it is still a competitive 2v2. The pressure now on Sprout as they do pivot.
Coming to Shocks.
Sprinting into Shocks. Knives are out, and he could find them both. Raul sprinting now towards the site. Ties up his laces tight and should beat him to the punch. Should be able to get this bomb down uncontested as well. Fresh mags supplied. Needs to make sure he's planting safe from the potential flank.
Well, the timing on this is everything here.
Yeah,
He's
I
faked
think
it as well.
Oh, Apex has got a chance, and a big chance.
Oh, he missed.
Yeah, but now he knows. He knows Rouse can finish this one off and secure a real gap closer for Sprout. The smoke is perfect. Plant the seed of doubt. Time ticking. Rouse opts to play close. More tracer fire from Apex. Raul's tracking him as best he can. Let's keep that X-ray off as we continue to... Blind as he is now, looking to drop his util. That's a well-placed Molotov, buying time. Headshot found. Sprouts, they play on. 3 from Raul's. He has stepped up. Impact on the pistol. Impact on a crucial breakpoint in that force by war, and they will now have to respect them and take a 9th.
Oh, dearie me. It felt like the bear trap there of Vitality just like
Close.
slammed shut on this A ramp position. This was the opener. Good from Sprout here not to get forced in towards that stack. And then you had the flank coming in at the same time as the re-aggression, and it looked fantastic. It looked great. Shocks even gets that first shot to the dome on the way out the door as they scamper back towards B, but it's not enough. We will see these light pistols in, and look, no round is going to be easy for Sprout. No round has been easy for Sprout, but they'd love to keep one clean here. Start working on a bank and 2 kills through the smoke. Away you go. Beautiful stuff now. A real conversation. They're in this game.
They certainly are. That's not bad, though, from Kyojin's USP. Sticks 2 bullets to the dome of Spiddy. But yeah, objective here for Sprout, keep this one clean. The victory should be a guarantee.
I want to say it's impossible they lose this one.
Faven looking a bit silly there. Shot on the side of the eardrum. And there's another one on the cards for Shocks. He's actually aggressively holding this line. It's up against AKs. Oh, and the tip of the head is spotted. He does not give up. He does not surrender. He wants these jewels. The util does work perfectly. Slacks catches him with his head turned and even isolating Kyojin as well. That's the finish. Sprout recover. Call it clean as well. Losing 2 AKs, sure, but that's the 9th. And what was a 10-5 half, now looking like a real competitive second. If Sprout can weather the storm of the first Vitality buy, we are talking.
Yeah, and probably about time we take some inventory here on how the frags and the scores and the doors are looking. 21 for ZywOo, 21 for Shocks, 16 for Apex. It's the young guns, Kyojin and Masuta, a little bit quiet now, only 7 apiece. And on the other side of things, we've got at the top of the scoreboard Slacks with 19, 18 for Faven, Rouse with 16, 14 for Cressy and Spiddy, or the veteran of this mob right here, right now, with 8 kills to his name. But this is a turning point right now for Sprout. If they can convert this, if they can get the gunny back in this one. Slacks has been chipped on down, 44 HP remaining after all that, and it's going to be M4s across the board. Masuta, oh, they're swinging, they're swinging!
So many of them there. Spiddy choosing to advance, but the nades have found Slacks, and Apex unprepared for that. That's a big delivery, Spiddy. Hot off the presses, double entry. So that leaves the CTs a little scattered. I wonder if Cressy starts to poke and prod at B, or will the whole team actually? Interesting. So now it comes down to the information. How long will Masuta wait before he has a glance? Spiddy's making some sound cues. It's apparent there's still some presence on ramp. Shocks is a little aware and alert that B could be under some scrutiny, and as soon as this leaves Faven's hands, they will have confirmation. But look at that. cut noise, contact play.
Oh, this is terrible timing.
Kyoji just arrives at the perfect time. Damage, but nothing more. It's up to Shox, and oh, Shox has already knocked one down. More to come. Look at that. They both take down heavy damage. Collateral from the M4A1. 10 HP in both of them, but Masuto's just none the wiser.
He has to save here, and this is kind of unfortunate. If he knew the HP right now of all the members combined on Sprout, he may even consider this. Knowing that Slacks went down, being the AWP player, I think he might have a look down here towards Forklift Room to see if he can find it. But Spitty, he's picked that up, he's wielding it, and he's even watching the flank. So the AK might have to do right now for Masuta, as the score is going to read 11-10. And I just want to remind everybody, in that first half, Sprout lost a 1-on-3 to Zywoo and a 1-on-3 to Shox. They've also won both pistols in this game and then followed up and lost both Force Spies. But in this T side, they've course corrected.
Yeah.
They've course corrected in a big way. This is about to be their 4th round in a row. Bomb goes off, everybody stays alive, and things are starting to look good for the German side.
Yeah, and you know, whenever you have those situations where you know your team are kind of giving up, 3 rounds in the first half until you close out and swap sides, you just see the power of those last 3. The fact that they managed to keep their chins high, close out with a couple of wins and even a 1vX on their first half, it's actually led them to a really competitive scoreline. Vitality's now starting to look a little frustrated.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little. Just want to give everybody a little bit of a B-Stream update again.
Still going?
It is legitimately still going. 26-25 right now between OG and Ents. They are still going. That means
Ents got like 3 in a row or something.
They started an hour earlier than us.
Yeah. Well, Ents did. I mean, we cast Ents yesterday. That was a lot of fun.
That was a good game, wasn't it, against Dignitas?
I mean, yeah, Doto's clutch is still standing out. Still thinking about it.
If they go B again here, actually nobody's home right now. Vitality have gone for 3 players over towards the A-bomb site and 2 aggressively stanced in middle. Masuda with that AK was towards A, and they will be in towards this opposite side of things quite quickly.
It's a good call. It's shaping up nicely.
We're going to be tied up.
Yep. And that's going to leave us asking some questions of Vitality.
Cressy, come on now. You reel it? Yep.
Yeah.
Come on now. I know you have 3. I know you want an ace of your own, but be easy with the AK. Now you can go. Now have a look. They put the leash on him here. It was looking like he was hungry for a couple more there, but Zawa going to hang around and see if he can grab an AK. More financial damage necessary here at the bank. Not swelling over there for Sprout, but after this round with the win bonus, going to be looking pretty tidy on most of their players. Going to be interesting to see what the mix-up is from Vitality here. It doesn't feel like we've had too many gun rounds out of them. It's been because of the Force by wars early. It's kind of been a little bit of a delay here on seeing the full rifles coming out time and time again. All right, well, 11-11. Definitely a chance for a Zywoo AWP, but immediately into the Silenced M4. So Shox would be the other individual we look at on Vitality to pick up the AWP if they think it's necessary. He's got 5.9 to his name after all this, so could afford it. And he has gone for that, right? So you can see this is where the change-up is going to be coming in from the French.
Yeah, interestingly taking it B side as well. Obviously after the 5-man walk in B, B has been punished a couple of times. Cressy starting his project. A smoke that serves multiple purposes there, not only denying any CT incendiaries, but also nice little routes and angles for you to maneuver through. Kyojin up against 3. And this close angle will be cleared. Just looks away, averts his gaze to the boost, and now down. Shox his AWP, challenge, Spitty denies, and suddenly the B site's open for business once again. Masuta and Apex asking a lot of questions of themselves now. The Shadow does give up Cressy's position. Spitty again in the feed. Oh, and Apex just doesn't have the health for this. He needs some quick headshots, and it's just not going to happen. Spitty makes it 4. Sprout take the lead. At the end of the half, Chad, I'll be honest, I didn't think those words would be leaving my mouth.
I didn't think we had a game on our hands by any means. Sprout, this is the first time in the game that they've had the lead since round number 1. They won the pistol, then they lost the Force Spy, then they were in a massive hole. They have been digging themselves out of this, and this entire T half has been looking great. There's been some scrappy moments, but regardless of that, they're in the lead. They're the ones in the driver's seat right now. Vitality have to take a timeout. They have to start discussing what the bloody hell is going on.
Oh, yeah. And the B site.
Kyojin's being bullied. Like, let's be honest right now. Kyojin, he has 7 kills. Masuda still only with 8. I mentioned a couple of rounds ago the scores on the doors. They haven't done anything since. The fact that Kyojin is the B bomb site anchor, he needs to get at least 1, right? And this is his 2nd LAN. They are bullying this B bomb site, and Kyojin is hemorrhaging right now. A mix-up, a change-up, something is going to be necessary for Vitality, and this is the risk. Here it is. ZywOo, give him the AWP. Let your magic man work. They need him now, more than ever.
Absolutely. Just some Deagles partnered up with the ZywOo AWP. And it could be the fight he's been waiting for. Slax has brought his own to the fray. Re-smoke on ramp. I wonder if that's so Apex can get close. I suspect it is. On high alert here. Ooh, I think he caught a little glimpse of something there. Slax has a shot thrown his way. He lives on. A second smoke for the ramp position. They are working hard to delay the Sprout assault here.
This is curious. They now know there's an AWP in play.
Touché.
Now, you'd want to be thinking that's going to force you over towards the B bomb site. Sprout avoided that before. They actually were stubborn. They stuck to their guns. They went towards A, and this smoke, it's about to dissipate here. ZywOo has to step up. They're coming his way. It's a bit of a whiff molly there.
Okay. It does indicate that there's intentions here, though. Holding his nerve. Here they come. Flashes, bodies. First found, and that was the bomb carrier. Big frag from Cressy. Does not allow the reposition from ZywOo, and now they can go. It's only pistols from the French. Apex is in the struggle, and he's gone. Only 3 left. Admittedly, 20 seconds. If they could delay a couple of frags, a couple of headshots, they do manage to get forward on short. If they could take short back, they could deny the plant, but the frags have come through. Shox is up the creek.
Oh!
2 headshots required and 2 provided. Still not enough. 13, Sprout pull ahead. What's going on?
Slax even gets the wall bang with the AWP right there onto Shox. He hits absolute screamers there. Slax is not close enough to assist. Shox would have had another one-on-one front sight.
And with only 10 seconds left.
That's insane that he hits the wall bang on that. Like, the detail of that, Shox would have had an opportunity to win this round.
You can see how quickly it falls apart here. Look, Shox, somehow, that's the wall bang from
lordy.
Slax. And they really were light on time. There is a different universe where Shox walks away with another clutch for Vitality, as if they could find 3 in a best of 1. Okay. Wow, Vitality, yeah, definitely starting to feel a little lost. And here comes the test for Misuta. He's about to be hard cleared by the AWP. Oh, good find. Repositions, readies himself for a second, rouses low, now even lower. Tucked in tight, Cressy to try and shift the tide of battle. It is a head-to-head. Kyojin provides, that's the one he's been missing. And Vitality, a huge leg up into round 25.
Well, there it is, the rookies, right? The 2 individuals here have been struggling on the scoreboard, step up, both of which finding kills in an important round. Sprout were running away with this. We have 1 CT round to post right now for Vitality. They needed this. They needed it in a big way. Stressful scenes right here. So I was still has to be careful now. You know, we were getting the feelings in the first half that Vitality couldn't put a foot wrong. Now it feels like they can't put a foot right.
Yeah.
And they want to hold on to all these guns, right? You don't want to be losing 2 to 3 players in this situation, because dropping guns, it's going to be a nightmare. The buy will be looking good for the Germans in the next round. And here's Apex, forward nade out. He's gone down. Faven with the second was close. But ZywOo gets the kill, and I think we can breathe a sigh of relief right now, because Spitty, with all of it to do, a 1-on-4. 24 seconds remain right now, and just missing ZywOo there. They will get their 12th. And we're looking to go the distance here. Tight group, very tight group. I'm having a look. That game over there between OG and ENCE did finish. The scoreline was 28-25 in favor of OG. Flames, he managed 48 kills in that one. And on the other side of things, Spinks, 43. So,
I mean, yeah, this group, we still haven't seen Vitality OG, Vitality ENCE, or Vitality So, if Sprout are making this work, yeah, I mean, this is just nothing is a certainty. Nothing is a guarantee. You are going to have to work through blood, sweat, and tears to get that ticket to the major. Love this from Kyojin. Never mind, changed my mind. Cressy deletes his. And Shox, oh, just around the edge of the smoke. Cressy, good restraint there not to feed the beast. It is Shox' AWP that's in the feed. He spots at least one more. The util's in and the flashes are good. Masuta, the bodyguard, steps up. Shox, he needed that one. He'll get a second opportunity and does not slip and falter it again. Faven dancing on the sandbags. And Shox, close quarters AWPing. He's still struggling. Spiddy's put a frag in the feed. The backpack baits him. And now a one-on-one. Spiddy can save the day here. Shox with 3, needs a 4th. And Spiddy denies. Takes his head off. Oh, and Sprout so close, within touching distance now of breaking Vitality's heart. It was such a tough half for Sprout. Don't forget how that first half went. And now T's side, some redemption found, all the AKs flowing, and quite the opposite now for the CTs.
What more does Shox have to do in this situation? He's just standing at the default bomb box, just hitting pot shot after pot shot, delaying, giving time for Apex and ZywOo to rotate in. Like, Shox is the guy defending the site. Everybody else is throwing their bodies on the line.
During all of that, what is going on? Raul.
Wait, he didn't clear. He didn't clear. Kyojin, no!
Oh, and Raul's, there was such a perfect flash from the CTs, but he finds a safe haven and punishes Kyojin. And this is going to put Vitality into a real disarray now. What's going on?
This could be the game.
This could be the game. I mean, they've got the man advantage. They've got all the nades they could possibly desire. Someone might have to be the hero, and it's unlikely to be the ZywOo MP9. Him and Shox have got a solid haul of frags.
Kyojin's opening deaths again as well. He has been bullied, and this time they actually throw him in for an aggressive maneuver. So the fact that they haven't been able to get anything off the back of him again, they came to them for free, it felt like. Raul's just hiding in plain sight. This is a late gap smoke coming out from Snappy here. Snappy, Spiddy. Snappy was in that Ents game, don't worry about him.
Got your eyes on too many games. I mean, it's all happening at once. Yeah, this group. Group C for IEM Fall. Only the top 2 of the group go through. So just, I'll let you process just how intense this could be. There's 3 of them here. And Masuta's in position, still stands and delivers 2 when he was unlikely to find 1. He might even have another on the cards. Wow. Bomb and round 1. Masuta has saved them, only Faven. And the bomb's so far away, there's nothing he can do about this. Just gonna sit at the sandbags, I suspect. Wow, Masuta. I mean, he was completely booked there. 3 players peeking into him as he's wide open and backpedaling.
He looked out of position, right? And I think that actually worked in his favor because the pre-aim's coming around the corner. He's literally in no man's land right there. So he steps up with 3 massive kills, keeping Vitality in it right here. And it's essential, right? They need that out of him. They need him to step up with that level of impact because Kyojin's having a real rough day at the office right now. And sometimes these things happen. They really do. There's a lot of conversations to be had, and this is how it started. A minute 40 on the clock, an opening pick comes in, and then Masuta does this, the magic moment right there. And a timeout to be called and taken, conversations to be had. That was gifted to them. The 4v5 number advantage. Couldn't have had it any other way. And now their money is the conversation here. Do you take a little bit of a save scenario next round? You're going to get 1,900, so you will be able to buy on everybody. You have the hero AK on Faven. You see what he can get done with it. Keep that CT economy as low as humanly possible here. Score will be 14-14, and then it's about whoever's going to get 2 on the trot to close this out in regulation, or we could be going to overtime. Ooh, all right, strap yourself in.
Let's see what they go for. The call looks like something aggressive mid. We're going to be seeing 3 going up. Just that hero AK saved from the previous. No boost, they'll just use Slacks as a bit of a scout. A probe, if you will. Firing off his Glock. And no Faven struggling to find somewhere to hold. It's safe from the flame, still licked down to 50 as it spreads. Back is turned and the hero AK falls. More impact felt by Masuta, who seems to have found his foot just when it mattered most. And as has Kyojin as he finds his 9th. Very bullied in that second half. His B site has been exploited, but finds a frag, and Vitality find 14. Okay. Well, as you discussed it, Chad, you've laid it all down. 2 rounds left in regulation.
Do you go B, though? Do you bully Kyojin again? Do you keep the pressure?
I definitely would say Cressy go poke, right?
Yeah, and then what do you do if your Vitality, you know it's been a weakness, you know it's been exploited. Do you fall for that thinking they're going to hit that side again, or do you...
Ooh, B, that's info. Right off the gate, just courtesy of a flash, and ZywOo's going aggressive. Trying to give us a little Nafany flavor here. Walking straight towards us. He's going to get flashed in. This is so ballsy. They're going to walk past him. ZywOo. Oh, this is brilliant. He's already found one head, and now he can just disappear, evaporates, and knocks another head. Faven ahead of the pack has caught Masuta on the site. If he swings back, they have no idea. Oh, an info for him. He caught a little slither of ZywOo retreating into the site. Could have a timing here. Into the sandbags, in the transition, he knocks another. Apex down, Sprout have stabilized, despite the early casualties, and now ZywOo has to reposition again. The bomb's A side. That's a find. Kyojin finally humbles Faven.
Nice nade as well. Look at that. Almost enough damage. Slacks down to 22. Sprout at the final hurdle. This has been a heroic comeback.
Well, that's going to be a big indicator as to their intentions. Flashes up on towards short. Kyojin still addressing the potential for a slip mid. It's only Slacks that's making noise. Cressy is the unknown entity, but he's on site. And if he tries to find this fight, it could be... Oh, that's some info. I think he saw them juggling weapons here. Kyojin just walked straight into the crosshairs, and now the bomb can go down. A smoke would be very welcome just to allow a reposition, play around it. Shox goes hunting, Cressy again, and it's ZywOo for another clutch at a crucial moment of the game, and he's good for it. Close, but no cigars. It's Vitality that pull ahead and find 15 first.
Oh, he's done it again, hasn't he?
Yep.
30 kills for him now. It's been a great performance out of him and Shox combined, and ZywOo, he's had his impact, so is Shox, and this late, getting it done, that is what we call clutch.
I mean, just review ZywOo's round. Look where it starts. He's ramp, gets a frag, completely disappears, bangs another straight through the smoke, and then he proceeds to be alive the entire round. He's on headshot, he's at snipers, he's elevator. He survives, he clutches, and I mean, Vitality, they really have found their golden goose in ZywOo. Ails them out of trouble.
Look at the reaction in the background there. Hands to the head. They just know how close that one was. Faven did fantastically with his maneuvers. Cressy did a great job as well, but snatched away. And, well, the plant's great. It means that Sprout can contest here, and maybe we go to overtime.
Bloody hell.
It has to be back to B. It has to be back to this B site. They've been finding success over there. They've been bullying Kyojin. He got an important kill right there onto Faven over towards the sandbag position in the last round. But only 10 kills to his name. And I'm sure they're going to test him one more time. Oh, away they go. How is it not tempting? How is it not tempting?
Well, initially, they are going to be heading over towards the first letter of the alphabet and 2 to receive, but actually, Rouse has got some pace behind this. He's already threatening Apex and knocks his head off with the Mac-10. It's all onto ZywOo again, and this time, no, he's done nothing. No impact from ZywOo. A 2-man advantage. Sprout so close, within touching distance of the overtime. I mean, after such a comeback, a 10-5 half, a lost pistol. Vitality, closing the gap one by one. Masuta, oh no, and now the wallbang comes through. Denies the plant, they were counting on that.
They're out of smokes.
Oh, this does not shape up nice. They've got 2 decoys, Chad, and that's the flash. No one caught, a quick flick, Shock's got more impact in him. They need the wallbangs to connect, and they've tagged him up, it's not enough. Faven needs this plant, he tries to adjust so as not to be fallen foul to the Shock's wallbang, and it won't come through this time. Okay, game on. Another flash has been found. Faven scooped one up. Short and ramp respectively for the after plant. And that's lovely. Catching Masuta's jiggle, he was low, so a single bullet does cut the mustard. Kyojin, however, striking onto Faven, and now it gets very uncomfortable. Cressy with it all to do to save his team, and no, it will be finished in regulation. Sprout so close to making Vitality head to overtime, but that'll do. The French just about pull it across the line, 16-14. And Sprout head in hands after that one.